Hello students. So as we are studying about the fundamental principles of management by Henry Fayol, and we have covered the first 6 principles of management, coming towards the 7th one, that is the remuneration to employees. Remuneration here stands for the salaries, wages or any kind of return to the employees for rendering their services in the business unit. So according to this principle, the employee should be paid fair remuneration which should give them at least a reasonable standard of living, or that means the employees should be given a salaries in a particular manner so that they may able to spend that and they may have a good standard of living of their life. For example, a company which pays fair and competitive wages to its employees will always have a satisfied and motivated staff. Those companies who will pay fair and competitive salaries to the employees and the salaries on the time will always have a very satisfied and motivated staff. So the relation between the management and the staff is very good, and which will help in the smooth working of the organization. So what are the positive effects of this? First is it is increase in the encouragement and satisfaction of the employees, as the employees are getting the timely salaries, the fair salaries, so they feel very satisfied with the organization. Decline in the labor turnover rate, they will not leave the organization, or the absentees rate will be reduced because of the fair and competitive salaries. The development of spirit of dedication among the employees, as the company is fair with the employees will also be fair and dedicated towards the company. The violating effect, the vice versa of these, first is decline in the encouragement and satisfaction of employees, encouragement to dishonesty, and increase in the labor turnover rate. So this is about the remuneration to the employees. Coming towards our next principle, that is the 7th one, centralization and decentralization. Centralization means the concentration of decision making authority or the decision making power must be in the center, and decentralization means the passing of the authority or the dispersal of decision making authority among more than one person. That means business के अंदर जितने भी important decisions होते हैं, they are in the center or they are taken by the top level management, और जितने भी daily functioning के workers से related, wages, salaries से related जितने भी decisions होते हैं, they will pass on to the middle level, lower level. So that is known as the decentralization. Centralization simply means the every kind of organization or every kind of superior or management should adopt the effective centralization and decentralization in the organization instead of complete decentralization or centralization. Why so? Because सारे के सारे decisions अगर top लेगी, that will be burden for them. सारे के सारे decisions top ना लेके आगे decentralize करेगी तो इससे organization अच्छे से नहीं चल पाएगी. तो जितने important decision है, that should be centralized in the hands of the top level management, and जो normal decisions है, that should be decentralized to the middle and lower level managers. For example, the decision in respect of determining the objective and policies, the expansion of business, that should be remain in the hands of the top level management or superior, and on the other hand, the authority for like purchase of raw material, granting leave to the employees, that should be delegated to the subordinate, because they are the basic decisions and can be taken by the subordinate on their own behalf. As we've already studied in our chapter 3, that is the levels of management, top level, middle level and lower level and their functioning. That is the top level frame policies, the middle level introduce policies, and the lower level use that policy. So according to that, the principal centralization and decentralization is applicable in the business units. What are the positive effects of this? First is the better and quick decision. सारे अपने अपने सेगमेंट्स के अंदर जब डिसीजन लेंगे तो डिसीजन बहुत ही फास्ट होंगे. सुपीरियर का वर्कलोड कम हो जाएगा, रीजन बीइंग सबऑर्डिनेट भी कुछ ना कुछ डिसीजन मेकिंग में इन्वॉल्व हैं. थर्ड इज इंक्रीज इन द एनकरेजमेंट टू द सबऑर्डिनेट. अब सबऑर्डिनेट्स को भी डिसीजन मेकिंग पावर मिलेगी तो दे फील एनकरेज्ड एंड मोटिवेटेड. वायलेटिंग इफेक्ट द वाइस वर्सा ऑफ दीज, द डिक्लाइन इन द एनकरेजमेंट टू द सबऑर्डिनेट, impatient wrong decision by the superior. अगर पूरी की पूरी centralization है तो sometimes the decision should be taken wrongly by the superior, and अगर पूरी की पूरी decentralization है तो वहां पे जो subordinates हैं वो भी business के लिए weak decisions ले सकते हैं. Other than that, it increase in the workload of the superior. अगर पूरी की पूरी centralization है तो top level का काम बहुत ही burdened हो जाएगा, and अगर डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन है तो वहां पे सबऑर्डिनेट्स का काम बढ़ जाएगा. तो देयर शुड बी इफेक्टिव सेंट्रलाइजेशन एंड डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन इंस्टेड ऑफ कंप्लीट बोथ. सो दिस इज द सेंट्रलाइजेशन एंड डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन, our 8th principle. 9th one is scalar chain. Scalar chain simply, it's an formal line of authority and communication which move from the highest to the lowest rank in a straight line. That means, see, here we have a picture of the scalar chain, highest to lowest rank, and the communication or flow of communication will move from in a system from top to bottom or from bottom to top through the various employees or the various superior and subordinates. See, Fayol's opinion here is that this chain must be followed in a strict manner. That means every kind of communication would move from top to bottom and from bottom to top. Like if A want to have contact with the C, then he must contact to the C through B. Again here A want to contact H, then here G is the intermediary. G want to have contact with the J through H and I, and J want to contact the G then through again I and H. So this is a symmetrical line. That means there is no step or post should be overlooked during the communication, and each and every party or person is to be involved during this communication process. Fayol, again here is an example. Like for example, we have already discussed, F want to communicate with the C, then he can communicate through the E and D. D want to communicate with the A, then through C and B, and this process goes on in the scalar chain. But this principle also has one exception. That means it involves a lot of time consuming process. The information get distorted through many people. That means information सही से नहीं पहुंचती, बहुत ज़्यादा लोग involve हो जाते हैं. So to sort out this problem, the Fair introduced the gangplank. Gangplank means only it was developed to establish a direct contact with the persons or the employees of equal rank in case of any kind of emergency to avoid delay in communication or contacting. For example, कोई emergency है, D ने G से बात करनी है, तो वो C, B, A, then G. दिस इज अ टाइम कंज्यूमिंग प्रोसेस, अगेन बहुत ही लंबा प्रोसेस है. तो इस चीज को सॉर्ट आउट करने के लिए गैंग प्लैंक इंट्रोड्यूस किया गया. गैंग प्लैंक की हेल्प से जो दो एम्प्लॉयज एक ही लेवल के ऊपर काम कर रहे हैं वो आपस में कॉन्टेक्ट कर सकते हैं ओनली विद देयर नेक्स्ट कमिंग सुपीरियर. मान लो हेयर ई एंड जी ने आपस में कॉन्टेक्ट करना है, वो एक ही लेवल के एम्प्लॉयज हैं, वो आपस में कॉन्टेक्ट करेंगे. ई डी से परमिशन लेगा, जे आई से परमिशन लेगा. अगेन डी वांट टू हैव कॉन्टेक्ट विद द आई, ये आपस में कॉन्टेक्ट करेंगे, डी सी से परमिशन लेगा एंड आई एच से परमिशन लेगा. दैट इज नोन एज द गैंग plank, which was introduced to avoid the emergency situations and the delaying in the communication process. So what are the positive effects of this? First is flow of orderly information. एक order के अंदर information pass होती है. Better relations because there is the respect for authority. Everybody knows who is the superior and who is the subordinate. Third is quick solution of the problems. The problems will be sorted very easily, quickly and fairly. And what are the violating effects? Disorderly flow of information. If there's no scalar chain, no one knows the authority responsibility criteria or system or formal line, so there is the disorderly flow of information. Bitterness in the relation because of ignoring the close superiors. If this is not happening in the organization, no one will cover up their relations with the superiors. Increase in the problems because of non-availability of information in time. Again, if there's no scalar chain, no availability of information in time, it will be very disadvantages. It create very disadvantages to the organization. So with this we are done with the 9 principles of management. Thank you, students.